Yo, what up? Welcome. This is the this is the solo podcast. Just by myself though. I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. So I got 13 questions that I'm pretty much just gonna answer. And we're gonna get right into it, you know what I'm saying? These levels on my microphone look really, really small. And I don't know how I feel about that. Anyways, regardless, let's get into it. Alright, we're gonna start pretty basic. This is question number 1, which is, what's my favorite color? My favorite color is purple. My secondary color is blue. I always just say blue in grade school because I was kind of self-conscious. I didn't want people to think like, I was kind of weird for liking purple. But the older I got to realize that I don't really care and I'm okay with my masculinity and I love purple. Like, lavender is such a beautiful color. Lavender is such a beautiful color. That's all I wanted to say. Question 2, who's my celebrity crush? Sheesh. Might be Chloe. She be producing and like something about women producing, and there's just something about that. It just hits different for me. It hits different. What is one place you want to travel to? I have always said I want to travel to Misawa, Japan, because that's where I was born. But I don't really remember anything. So like I would love to go back and see what it's like, because I feel like it's such a beautiful place. Like the pictures that I've seen, I'm like, fam, I need to go visit. Also, my best friend, well, 2 of my best friends are in Japan right now, so kind of need to make that shake somehow. Question 4, who is my favorite anime character? This is tough. Okay, I think I have like a couple. For my lover boy side of things, it's Rika. I love Rika to death. She's adorable. Like, she is the reason why I got so into anime and romance comedies. So yeah. On the other side of things, it's like a toss-up between Kuruko and Hinata, because I can relate to them so well. They're both small. People don't really expect a lot out of them. And like they always come out and surprise you. So it's just like, I love those 2 characters. Like they are written so well. And I recommend that you either watch Kuruko or Haikyuu. Haikyuu is a men's volleyball anime. Kuruko is basketball. Great. 10 out of 10. Recommend. You should watch it. What do you think about different cultures or races using black culture in music? Okay, so like this one is also kind of tough because it kind of depends on, their environment, where they grew up from. Like if someone is, a different ethnicity, but they're primarily like, grew up in, black culture, that's kind of who they are at that point. But like if you're just doing it to try to, fit in or appropriate just to get some money into it, I'm not really with it. That's just my 2 cents. And yeah, do you wash your whole body in the shower? Because apparently white people don't. Fam. Look, to my white people out there, I just want y'all to know, I didn't come up with these questions, okay? These were asked. I did not come up with these questions. But yes, I do, because who wouldn't? It's kind of dirty. And I don't like being dirty like that, you know what I'm saying? I played sports, and when it rained, I was like, I'm not trying to get tackled in football or soccer because I don't want to get dirty like that. So that's my answer on that one. Are there any people in your life that have been inspiration music wise? I always say that my music is highly inspired by my family. I'm so family oriented. That's why when you heard, or if you didn't, I had an album called Tay released in 2019, and that was pretty much a dedication to my family of how I got my nickname Tay and how well and much they played a role into my music. So if anything, it'd be like, my family. I'm kind of like the oddball in terms of like creating music. Like my grandfather was a DJ, but like no one like created music like I've been. So I mean, there's that. Hopefully that answers the question. What artists do I look up to? Look, any artist that I find out produces, you're on my list. So right now, I've been highly influenced by John Bellion, Jordan Armstrong, and Logic, because all 3 of them produce, and they produce extremely well. Logic on the side of things, like, I used to catch comparisons like a little bit when I was like, starting off as an artist, and he's the reason why I started doing like fast raps. So I gotta give that to him. John Bellion is he is the main reason why I've been doing orchestral outros or just orchestral instrumentals in general. The way he orchestrates is just beautiful. And Jordan Armstrong, this man produces everything. He has hits, and I mean hits, any kind of genre. This man is just great. Check out those 3 artists. They're amazing. Yeah. If an artist has terrible morals, do you still support them? No. It's kind of hard for me to separate artistry from morals. Logic said this best. He said people this day and age, they don't buy the music, they buy the brand. So I have to rock with you as a person to rock with your music. It was, it's kind of one of the reasons why like it was very difficult for me to, and still to this day, kind of get, with Kanye West, because some of the things he does just does not sit right with my soul. So it's kind of hard for me to support and or listen to a lot of his stuff. Although I have listened to like 2 of his projects. Production was great. It's the artistry that I'm kind of just like, Production is great. Is astrology real? I say no, because I feel like people just use it as a scapegoat to act a certain way towards people. Because like they're like, yeah, I do this because I'm a Capricorn. I'm like, fam, I'm a Capricorn and I don't act like this, so I don't know what you're talking about. With that being said, nah, sometimes they do be kind of hitting the same, but I feel like, it's just, I feel like just generalizations, because I feel like if you talk to a certain amount of people, then it's just like, I don't know, we're all different, okay? There's different signs that I can be like, oh, I do this too. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't. Why do people from B-more want to be British so bad? Okay, I'm not from Baltimore, so Baltimore people, again, I didn't come with these questions. Don't come after me. I can't answer that. I'm not from Baltimore. I need a Baltimore person to answer that question for me. So let me know in the comments. Again, I didn't say this. This is one of the questions that was sent to me. Would you ever rap over a country beat? Part of me would say yes, and then part of me would say no. The yes is because, like, I pretty much rap over anything. Andy Mineo and Lecrae said, I'm a rap over a bagpipe. And I was like, that'd be kind of hard. Essentially, yes. The no is because I don't really like following trends that much, and I don't want to get known. One of my greatest fears is to have a very hot single and then my project be overshadowed by it. So like, I feel like if I do a country beat, it might blow and I'm gonna be mad because I'm just gonna be known for that. I'd rather be known for having a great project than a great song. That's kind of my take on it. So I would rap over it, but then I wouldn't, because like I just don't want to be known for being that guy who raps over country beats. There is a whole like country hip hop genre. It's interesting to say the least. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just interesting. All right, this one is something I get asked a lot from people who like, know me in my past life. Why was it so hard for me to accept being a minister? Okay, all right. Listen. It's not that I didn't accept my calling, because I know the calling I have in my life. Okay, so I do accept my calling. It's the title part of it that I'm just not with. Okay, so like, when I was around 16ish, well, actually younger than that, I was like maybe like 13 or something. I was having visions and dreams that I just couldn't understand. So I talked to my grandparents, my parents, and no one really give me an answer. They said like, God's gonna tell me all that stuff. Years go by, and then start having them again, start getting some answers. I'm supposed to be, ministering to people. And once I figured that out, I was like, okay, cool. But like, I was already doing kind of ministering things without the title prior. It just felt like it was laid on my heart that I wanted to do. It was around like when I started going to community college where things kind of changed. And in a lot of my music, I've referenced, my parents separating. During this time, that kind of shifted a lot of things for me that didn't make sense or add up that I was used to. So like love, faith, trust, everything was just going out the window. I did not understand it at all. Essentially, during this is happening, I still am starting minister class, and I could not focus for anything. Like, this is one of the toughest things that I've ever had to do. Also, the fact that like I felt like my minister class wasn't being taken seriously enough, so that was frustrating because I felt like my time was kind of just being wasted. So that was just frustrating for me in itself. At that point, I'm kind of just like, you know, like how when you're in school, you study just to pass, and then it is what it is. That's kind of how I felt with this whole ministerial class. I was, you know, studying scriptures, books of the Bible, all that stuff, but like, I felt like I really wasn't in it. I was just doing it because I knew I had to. Once it got finished, and you know, I did my first sermon. My first sermon went well. It was cool, but even now to this day, I still, and I know something that I gotta work on. I just don't feel like I really deserved it at that time. I feel like had all that stuff not happened, I would probably feel better about me being a minister or ex-minister. I don't really know. Like the whole minister thing kind of, it just makes sense to me because like this says something about like you gotta like renew your minister license. I haven't done that, so I just immediately just shifted from I'm just an artist. So whenever someone comes to me like, oh, you're a minister, I'm just like, I was. But I don't really outrightly just say it to people, kind of give them a story about like why I feel the way I do. But then also, I've never really been big on titles to begin with. Like, y'all gotta understand, I've been in church all my life. I've seen the ins and the outs of church. I've seen the upsides, I've seen the downsides. So for me, titles was never really a big thing for me. I never really cared all that much. And in fact, I've seen people in church abuse their titles because they have a title, and I just never really cared about it. So that was another reason why I was just like, I mean, I don't like, sure, I got it. For me having my title was one of those things where it was like, all right, I'm young, but now because I have this title, you gotta respect me. I've said it in songs, I'm in the back with the pastors and the elders thinking of ways we can make amends. It was like it was a little bit of a church flex. At the time, I'm like 21, 22, and I'm in the back of the church with, you know, pastors, elders, deacons, and I'm trying to figure out how we can make a balance between the old and the young. A lot of people can't do that. Like not at my age, because you know a lot of people aren't respectful with it. So I mean that's kind of where I stand. I've always said that like I feel like I might readdress it, try to figure out some things on my end. Just right now, not really a focus for me. I feel like my faith isn't where it needs to be. Still believe in God. Just, you know, me and him have been kind of rocky for some years because things don't add up. Still believe in him. You know, there's nothing there that can shake that. I know he's real. He's brought me through way too many things for me to be like, nah, he ain't real. I know he's real. I know he loves me dearly. Just some things don't be adding up for me, and I be getting frustrated, which isn't a good thing. But hey, one of these days I'll get it right. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of my take on it. Just, you know, one day we'll make it work, and I'll figure it out. But as for now, that's kind of how I felt in the situation. Honestly, I didn't really have anything else to talk about. I was just going to do the questions and dip. Oh, I mean, if I didn't know, I kind of moved to my mom's house. Because of this allowed me to do this kind of new setup for my podcast. But really, it's just when I want to do solo talkings with myself. I felt like this was a good vibe, change of pace and place. So yeah, expect these. You know, that's why I bought the handheld mic. Also, so I can rehearse for performances. Anyways, so this doesn't come out extremely long. I'm hungry. Dallas is playing, and right now, I hope yes sir, we're winning. Although I feel like we just missed a field goal, and if we did, I'm gonna have to fight this man. Oh yeah, he did miss it. Listen, did we go for two? I'm confused. Never mind. Maybe he did miss it. Okay. Or maybe we just scored. Nah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I don't know when this is coming out. I got some other content I gotta post. But I feel like at the end of the day, I have the authority to say which episode it is. You know what? It's coming out when it comes out, okay? I don't know when it is, but it's coming out when it comes out.
If I'm being honest, baby girl, I got a lot of problems. Looking up to God, hope we can solve. I've been focused on the whole.